Tori Roloff defies Zach in latest controversy. Little People Big World celeb Tori Roloff made a big show of defying her husband, Zach Roloff, with her latest big move. So, what did she do recently that stirred the pot at home? As Little People Big World fans regularly see, Zach Roloff and Tori Roloff have completely different ways of doing things. Whenever Tori goes on a girls' trip, or otherwise leaves Zach alone with the kids for any reason, things change drastically. Tori Roloff is all about making sure that the smallest details are taken care of, like leaving personalized notes in the lunchboxes of her children. Zach, on the other hand, is all about efficiency and getting things done in the quickest, most painless way possible. Based on the latest social media updates from Tori Roloff, she went rogue and did her own thing. More specifically, she went all out and adorned her home with Christmas decorations long before Christmas is even here. While some people get an early start on putting up the Christmas decor, Tori Roloff made the executive decision to get a jump on things, and she shared the results with her many fans on social media. Tori Roloff shared a short clip of what her home looks like with all of the Christmas decorations up. Along with that, she included the words, "Guys, we need to let our ladies know it's okay to decorate for Christmas before Thanksgiving." In addition to this, Tori also said, "But for real. Usually I'm a day after Thanksgiving girly, but something has me in the spirit early this year." Typically, when it comes to anything that Little People Big World celeb Tori Roloff shares online, viewers tend to have a lot of negative things to say. However, with Tori deciding to get into the festive spirit much earlier than usual this year, this is turning out to be one of the few posts from Tori online with more positive than negative reactions. One Little People Big World commenter said, "You do you, girl. You know which camp I land in. The Christmas season always feels so short, and I try to stretch it out as long as I can, especially for my kids." Another commenter added, "Thanksgiving is so late this year, so have to maximize decorating early." And a third person said, "I think a lot of people are feeling that way. The stores really push it early, and it gets us excited about the holiday season." Over the years, Little People Big World has earned a name for itself. It began in 2006 and ran on TLC for almost 2 decades. Everyone grew very fond of LPBW stars Matt and Amy Roloff and their adorable families. As years passed, their kids also began to feature kids of their own, until only Zach was willing to do the show. But he and his wife Tori also announced the decision to quit. While there was outrage among the fanbase, fans eventually understood their decision to quit. That's because the farm feud ruined family relations, and it took a toll on them, as the show tried to milk that content for money and riled them up. But rumors suggest that even after so much, Matt Roloff is still looking forward to filming the show. Will it ever be possible in the future? Let's find out. When LPBW began in 2006, everyone was excited to see Matt and Amy Roloff being owners of their 100-acre farm, as well as their 4 adorable kids. The show holds sentimental value, as many of them got to see Jeremy, Zach, Molly, and Jacob grow up on the show and turn into the adults they are. But once the show started taking a toll on them, they quit one by one. Then, another thing happened. Zach and Matt's farm feud caused havoc and ruined many family relations. Due to this, the former's family decided to quit, but fans were unsure whether this means there will be more seasons. Well, a source has recently confirmed that TLC is done with the show. Despite them taking such a step, it turns out one family member is not ready to say goodbye to the show, and it's none other than Matt Roloff. Matt Roloff has presented himself as quite a workaholic. LPBW fans knew from the very beginning that he had lots of hopes, ambitions, and dreams. But after the farm feud, fans realized that he let those things come between the family and messed up his bonds. All the constant trolling of his fiancée, Karen Chandler, also made her quit the show. So, fans assume that when TLC announced the cancellation, she must have been happy. But rumor has it that Matt Roloff is still up to film. As mentioned above, even if he nears retirement, he just built his dream home and still has lots of zeal to keep going. Hence, that means Matt is open to the idea of filming. TLC doesn't intend to continue with the show. He still has hope that he will get to film. His soon-to-be wife's comfort means nothing to him, as he is willing to do the show despite her presence. Fans are unsure what to make of Matt's enthusiasm to keep going. They feel as he is nearing retirement, his concern should be to have a happily ever after with Karen in their big house instead of looking for more ways to profit off of his celebrity status. So, what do you think of Matt's idea? Though Tori and Zach Roloff have been married for nearly a decade, Tori admits that her husband wasn't who she and her loved ones initially had in mind. In a Tuesday, June 20 episode of the Couples Raising Heights podcast, the former Little People, Big World stars opened up about being in a mixed-height relationship. When asked if she had ever pictured herself not marrying someone who was over 6 feet tall, Tori confessed that she never imagined she would. The answer is no, she said candidly. It's funny because growing up, I had lots of, okay, not to sound conceited, but there were a couple guys who were admirers of me that I would write them off and say, oh, they're too short. Now that she's had time to reflect on her dating life, Tori explained that height was never an issue, but rather, she was looking for an excuse to leave her relationships. It was me being I don't actually care for this person. I don't see myself with this person, she continued, adding how her perspective shifted once she met Zach. Once I met you, even though your height was different than what I imagined, there was nothing wrong with you. There was nothing that I could pick apart and be oh, I can't date this guy because he's too short. Tori wasn't the only one who had initial hesitations. The TLC star revealed that her father was also skeptical about whether or not Zach would be a good match. I can remember getting ready to go on a date with you, and saying who you were, and showing my dad a picture of you and him being no. What? No. What are you talking about? This is not the guy I pictured for you. This is not right, she recalled. He literally asked, are you sure? Multiple times, he was I don't know about this. And then he met you, she laughed. I joke all the time because I'm pretty sure my dad likes you better than me now. Once her father met Zach, Tori said that their height difference was definitely overlooked, and he understood why she liked him so much. I think that there were definitely, questions when we started dating from my friends and family, she continued. But then once everyone met you, everyone was gosh, I get why this girl's into him. I get this scenario and this relationship, and then the height just didn't matter. The couple met when Tori was working at Roloff Farms and spent the 2010 pumpkin season picking squash with Zach. They eventually began dating in 2011 and went on to get married on the family farm in July 2015. Since then, they've welcomed 3 children, Jackson, Lila, and Josa.